Hello everyone, we're gonna do Magic deck tech for you. Went to the game store, bought some Ammo Kit packs and I was all inspired, so we put together this deck. Commander, we're gonna start you off Malfegor as the commander. So flying, when he comes into play, discard your hand. Each opponent sacrifices a creature for each card discard that way. He's gonna be the commander, and I just threw this together, finding a whole bunch of cards I got from the Gamer's Realm with Rusty, random pile. Lupin prototype. Can't attack or block unless a player has no cards in hand. Kind of synergy with the commander there. In question, I found this card, didn't even know I had. Scavern Council Flagship. Flying, when he comes into play, he deals 3 damage, or when he attacks, he deals 3 damage to target creature, player, or planeswalker an opponent controls. Crew 3. My question is, since this guy can't attack, can you crew him and use him just to tap and activate this guy? That's some nice synergy if you can. Then we got the Hammelback Goliath. So when another creature enters the battlefield, put X/1/1 counters on Hammelback. X is that creature's power. He's already a 6/6 for 7 mana. This creature gets insane. Another creature, any creature, he gets plus that creature's power. It's crazy. It's crazy. Excess 1/1 counters. Then this guy coming in, nobody likes this card from Conspiracy. I think we opened this in a baseballing. Sublimian Tremors. Most of these cards are from baseballing at Gamer's Realm. So when he comes in, he deals X damage to each creature without flying. If X was 4 or more, destroy all artifacts. If X was 8 or more, put an 8/8 red lizard token into play. I am loving this deck. This is actually going to be some competitive. I can't wait to play this. And next we're going to come at you with Annihilate. So destroy target non-black creature, it can't be regenerated, and draw a card for 5. It's kind of expensive for a terror card, but the extra 3 mana to draw a card. I'm always about keeping the cards replenished in hand, especially since I got a discard outlet with the thing. So Phyrexian Gargantua, when he enters the battlefield, you draw 2 cards and lose 2 life. So it's 6 mana for 4/4, but you also get to draw 2 cards and replenish your hand a little bit, so I like that. Gravedigger, because we're going to start sacking creatures later. When he enters the battlefield, you return a creature card to your hand for 4 mana. Again, we opened up a bunch of Eternal Masters baseballing. I got some great cards out of Eternal Masters. So we got the Urborg Uprising. Return 2 target creatures to your hand, from your graveyard to your hand, and then draw a card. Nice and effective. So we got Tragic Slip. Deals 1/1 until end of turn to target creature. If a creature died, it gets -13/-13. So it's pretty much a 1 removal spell if you got a way for creatures to die. And then we got the Red Temple, Honden of Infinite Rage. At the beginning of upkeep, it deals 1 damage to target creature or player equal to the number of shrines you control. So we got both shrines, bringing it back. Everything in the kitchen sink in this deck so far. We got the shrines represented. Honden of Night's Reach. Beginning of your upkeep, target opponent discards a card for each shrine. Now I just like that 4 for the discard effect, but actually getting 2 in there would be awesome, making an opponent discard 2. If that's in for even 2 turns, that's totally worth it. And then if somebody destroys it, they're wasting a card to destroy it too. So on Irv, each opponent discards 2 cards. Now it's just getting mean. Murder, basic removal, destroy target creature, 3-drop, 2 black. We gotta throw an elf in there. I had to represent at least 1 elf. So Detchbridge Shraman, 3 for a 3/1, but when it dies, an opponent discards a card. Keep making people discard cards. A common, I kinda like this. It adds fun to the game. When it comes into play, any player may sacrifice 2 creatures. If it does, sacrifice Prowling Pangolin. It's a 6/5 for 5, but somebody could just counter it. This is one of the cards that may go on the sideline. I may switch out of the deck. Again, I made this deck just inspired after buying some Magic cards yesterday. Blood Artist, you all know Blood Artist. Got to represent the vampires. When him or another creature dies, target player loses 1 life and you gain 1 life. That comes fun. Duress in foil. Look at the shiny, the classic. Target opponent reveals his or her hand. You choose a non-creature, non-land card from it. That player discards that card. It's the classic Duress. And then we got Innocent Blood. For 1, each player sacrifices a creature. If I got some like just cheesy 1/1s in play, or I could bring creatures back, I'm liking that. Wake Dancer. When Wake Dancer enters the battlefield, a creature died this turn. Put a 2/2 zombie creature into play. So it's a 3 for 2 2/2 creatures. Again, just had to throw some commons in there. I just made this out of cards I found. It was actually fun editing it down, trying to figure out what to keep. So Phyrexian Ranger, when Phyrexian Ranger enters the battlefield, you draw a card and you lose 1 life. So it's just a 2/2, but you replenish your hand, so I like that. Again, get my cards back in hand. Gitu Slinger, Echo 3. When he enters the battlefield, it does 2 damage to target creature or player, and then you gotta pay the Echo cost to keep him in play. So it's just like a 3 damage shot instant, or you could actually pay extra to keep him in play. This may go on the cutting board. There's probably about 5 cards in here that I could upgrade, but still, he seems kind of fun to use. Demonic Tutor, just a classic, 4-drop, and then go grab a card from your library. It doesn't get any more classic than that. Killing Fiend. Now, I just love this card. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, he gets +3 till end of turn. He pumps with instant spells. This is one of my favorite creatures ever. I can't believe they printed it as a common. It was a common, but back in Conspiracy. Conspiracy is one of my favorite sets that everybody's sleeping on. Can my hands be steady? Why am I shaking? It's the Tooth Fairy's fault. What are you doing to me, Tooth Fairy? So, Killing Fiend, having fun with that. Then we're gonna bring it back to Sulphurous Blast as the beat changes up on you. Deals 2 damage to each creature and each player. If you cast this during your main phase, it'll deal 3. So it's either a 2 or 3 damage, depending on how you cast it. Could be an instant. More removal, Deathwind. Target creature gets -X until end of turn. Just more removal. We got Lava Burst. Deals X damage to target creature or player, and effects can't protect that creature. Bam. And then back to the classic Fireball, the old school red direct damage cards here. Fireball deals X damage divided evenly, rounded down among any number of target creatures and or players. Costs 1 more to cast for each target beyond the first. This is so old school Magic, it's not even funny, but still super effective. One of the classics, I still love it. Demon of Wailing Agonies. Again, this deck is all made from cards I randomly got from Rusty, just buying stuff at the Gamers Realm. I had a stack of old cards I wanted to go through. So this guy comes in flying, and he's got Lieutenant. So if you control your commander, he gets +2/+2 and has, whenever he deals damage to a player, that player sacrifices a creature. Awesomeness, synergy with the commander deck. So I'm building the black-red commander, gotta throw him in. And then we got Thundermare. Unaffected by Summoning Sickness, it's a 5/5, comes into play, tap all other creatures. Super awesome, super effective. Harvester of the Souls, Death Touch, whenever another non-token creature dies, you may draw a card. Ooh, that's just fun to have in here. Thank you for the awesome cards, Rusty. You gotta throw some dragons in there, because we got demons, vampires, everything represented. The dragons are back. Kolgon, the Storm's Fury. Whenever a dragon attacks, creatures you control get +1 until end of turn. Ooh, so I only have like 2 or 3 dragons in here, but that's one of them. Roast in foil, classic, deals 5 damage to target creature without flying. For 2, that's a great card. Nice promo there. Chain Reaction, deals X damage to each creature, where X is the number of creatures on the battlefield. Again, more removal, kind of like a red Wrath of God almost. And this girl, Jai the Task Major, again, got from Rusty. I think this is from the Fire premium deck, which doesn't want to focus. And it's such a beautiful foil. I wish it would focus. So discard a card, target blue permanent, destroy target blue permanent. Nice. 2 red, deals 3 damage to target creature. Or you could do 7 and do a 6. So this is pretty much a awesome card. It could be whatever you want it to be. I like the synergy guys going there. Word of Seizing, what am I doing? Split Second, untap permanent and gain control until end of turn. So any permanent, nice, and Split Second can't be countered. So we got Lightning Reaver, Flying Haste, when it deals combat damage to a player, put a charge counter on it. At the end of your turn, deals damage equal to the number of charge counters to each opponent. Sweet. Then we got the Chamber Walker Devils. At the beginning of your upkeep, return an instant or sorcery card from your graveyard to your hand. When you cast an instant or sorcery, it gets +4. It's like Kin Fiend's like big brother, crazy devil cousin. Awesome card. Very happy to have that there. Guild, exile target creature and put a gold token in play that could give you 1 mana. Super cool. Out of focus. There we go. Grand Melee. All creatures attack each turn of Fable and all creatures block each turn of Fable. Things are getting interesting, especially when we got Berserker's Onslaught and all of my attacking creatures have double strike. Then we'll give you a Deathbringer Regent. Flying, when he enters the battlefield, if you cast it from your hand, if there are 5 or more other creatures on the battlefield, destroy all other creatures. It's a dragon, Wrath of God, oh my goodness. Then we got another shiny dragon for you, Skyship Stalker, flying, and he's a pumpable, he's got mad pump abilities for just 1 red mana. Very cool. Tendrils, flaying tendrils. All creatures get -2/-2. If somebody's got, you know, a whole bunch of low-power creatures, this helps get them out of there. And then we got Taran Mauler, Changeling. Whenever opponent casts a spell, you put a +1 counter on him. This guy's gonna get big quick. Whoa, as I knock over the camera in the mix. Let me readjust. Let me bring the music back a couple of minutes for you. While we go through some more cards, we got Desecration Demon. At the beginning of comment, opponent may sacrifice a creature. If he does, tap it and give it a +1 counter. Already a 6/6. For 4, interesting way to get people to kill their creatures. Mutilate. Creatures get -1 for each swamp you control as it goes out of focus and back in. Focusing on the cards. Decree of Annihilation. 10-drop. Remove all artifacts, creatures, lands, graveyards, and hands from the game, or you could cycle it for 7. If you cycle it, destroy all lands. What the heck? And then we got Dredge of Sorrow. Destroy X target non-black creatures and draw X cards for 5+X. I'm liking these cards. They're a little expensive to play, but this is Commander. It builds up quick. We got Burning Earth. Whenever a player taps a non-basic land for mana, Burning Earth deals 1 damage to that player. Nice. Then we got the Sangromancer. Sangromancer's flying for 4-drop. Whenever a creature or opponent dies, you may gain 3 life. Whenever an opponent discards a card, you may gain 3 life. Why not? 3/3 flying for only 4, and it's got some good abilities there. Then we're going to get interesting with a Soul Foundry. Now with the Soul Foundry, we're also going to rewind my track a little bit. And we're going to bounce and see Imprint. When Soul Factory comes into play, you may remove a creature card from your hand from the game. 4-drop, and then pay X and tap, put that creature into play. X is its converted mana cost. What I want to see if I can get synergy, if I actually draw a cheap creature, this is my only cheap creature, but 2, when he comes into play and when he dies, does he still keep his die ability? So I could keep bringing in and sacrificing 1/1 creatures and making 2/2 zombie creatures. Common from Amaket, I'm liking Doomed Dissenter a lot. Then we'll go to some by force, just X and 1 red to destroy X artifacts. So I think Shatter, I think it's just a reprint of Shatter. Still, got some random Amaket cards, and I started building the deck by getting the Amaket cards that I like very much. Blazing Volley, looking very cool, deals 1 damage to each creature your opponent's control. 1 damage to each creature your opponent's control. Now in Commander, if somebody's got like a whole bunch of just tokens going on, it's just a token happy deck. This is freaking insane, and I mean insane. Just 1 damage to all creatures. I like that. That's a common. Come on. Unlicensed Disintegration. Promo card, very cool. 1 red, 1 black. Destroy a target creature. If you control an artifact, deals 3 damage to that creature's controller. Very awesome, very awesome. Bring the music back for you a little bit more again. And then we got the God I pulled. I only won 1 baseball, but the one I did, I got this black God. He's not worth a lot, but he's in the deck. So he can't attack unless a creature died under your control this turn, but you got a 2-drop. You could sacrifice a creature, scry 1, and each opponent loses a life and you gain a life. Interesting. And it's only a 3-drop, interesting, but I wanted to get him in the deck since I got him. We also have Sweltering Suns, very cool, just removal here. 3 damage, board clear removal, 3 damage to each creature, or you could cycle it for 3. Very cool 3-drop, very cool rare card to get. We're gonna keep going for you guys. We got a Merciless Javanir, because I had to represent the Minotaurs. Let me get him in the frame. You can pay 2 and discard a card, put a -1 counter on target creature. That creature can't block this turn. Nothing super special, but I want to get some Minotaurs in there and synergy with the main commander because you need to get your card hand down to 0. Or for the God as well, and just the other, what do you call it? Anyway, synergy. Warfire Javelineer. When he enters the battlefield, deals X damage to target creature and opponent controls, where X is the number of instants and sorcery cards in your graveyard. This thing could get pretty interesting, especially if you can bring him back. It's like a fireball to end a thing. And then we're getting towards the end, so we got the Baneful Amit. It's a lifelink crocodile, and you got to put a -1 counter on one of your creatures. That can make one of my cheap creatures die. Dragon Fodder. These cards may get edited out because I just needed something. What I want with Dragon Fodder is something that gives you more creatures than just the 2. I know there's like some kind of goblin thing that gives you at least 3 or 4, and they don't even have to be goblins, but there's something that gives you more creatures. I got to figure out with that. And then the only non-basic land, we're going to do a Spine Knock Null. and it lets you bring creatures in. And that's going to end the video, guys. Enjoy the deck tech. Be well. Thanks, Rusty. Peace.